Hello, ladies. Welcome to the December program. I can't believe I'm saying that. If you've been with me, you can tell we have new lighting, so it's a lot brighter in here. I hope it's not too bright. We still have to get some stuff done. Like you can see, they had to cut all the way up to get us the recessed lighting. So anyways, nice and bright. So this is the first set of demo videos. So you're going to have them for every workout, and then it goes by day. I will explain every workout, every exercise, anything you need to know in these videos. So anything to do with the workouts itself will be in a demo video. Any other information will be in the Facebook group, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to say what the workout is, I'm going to do a quick demo of each of the moves, and then I'm going to go back and farther explain in more detail the workout if it needs it, and then the exercises so you get the proper form, modifications, anything to do with the exercises themselves. Okay, so we are on Monday the 5th. We are starting with lower body. We have 4, 5, or 6 rounds, and we have 12 reverse lunge to curtsy, 12 front rack squats, 12 squat with a leg raise, and 12 fire hydrant to donkey kick. So reverse lunge to curtsy. Oop, I almost started with the curtsy. Lunge, curtsy, return. Okay, front rack, squats, rack it to the front. Squat with leg raise. And switch sides. And fire hydrant to donkey. Fire hydrant, donkey, 1. Fire hydrant, donkey, 2. Fire hydrant, donkey, 3. Okay, so if you do not know how the workout structure works, the number on the top, 4, 5, or 6 rounds, you are going to pick how many rounds you want to do. So you can do 4, 5, or 6. The number in front of the exercise is called the number of reps. So that's how many times you're doing the exercise. So anything under a star and underline is looked at as like one set, one section. So you'll notice some workouts have 1, some workouts have 2. So with this one, we only have 1 because there's only 1 star and underline. So you're going to do 12, 12, 12, 12, 4, 5, or 6 times. So if you choose to do 4 rounds, you're gonna do 12, 12, 12, take a break, that's 1. 12, 12, 12, 12, I might have said it wrong the first time. Take a break, that's 2. Repeat for 3 rounds, repeat for 4 rounds, okay? So there's rounds, which is how many times you do everything, and then there's reps, which is how many times you do each exercise. So if it says per in parentheses, that means per arm, per leg, that means you're doing one side for that number of reps, and then you have to do the other side for that number of reps. So we have reverse lunge to curtsy. So our reverse lunge is our lunge going backward, okay? So when you do a reverse lunge, you are going to step backward, and you're going to make sure that you can see both feet, okay? So if I start with my feet like this, I wanna step back pretty similarly. I don't wanna bring my foot in when I step back and go behind this leg. I wanna step back and still be able to see both feet, okay? So I'm gonna step back, see both feet, make sure my toes, my knees, my hips, and my shoulders are pointing forward. So I'm gonna step back and everything stays forward, and then for my lunge, I'm just gonna sink down into that lunge, okay? So from the side, you just sink down. So I step back, keeping everything pointing forward. I can see both of my feet. I'm up on the toe of this leg I stepped back on, and now I'm going to sink down into my lunge, and then I'm gonna return, okay? So that is what your reverse lunge looks like, okay? Just like that. You wanna make sure when you go back, you're not leaning forward. You wanna make sure that your knees aren't caving in or bowing out. Everything should be straight. Back is nice and upright. Go back and return. Now, we're going to add a curtsy lunge in there. So our normal curtsy lunge looks like this. So instead of your leg going behind you, it's gonna go diagonal back. It's gonna cross behind that front leg, and you're gonna sink down. So we're gonna combine them. So we're gonna go reverse lunge, Before you return, you're gonna hit the curtsy spot, which is diagonal back, and then you're gonna return to the front. So you're gonna hit regular lunge, curtsy, 2. Regular, curtsy, 3. So again, for the curtsy, you're crossing behind, diagonal behind, and you're still up on the toe. You're just going from here to here, okay? So regular lunge, switch to curtsy, return. Then you're gonna repeat on the other leg, okay? Front rack squats. Front rack squats means you are holding weight up and in front of your body. So when I do a front rack, I like to rest my dumbbells. Some people hold them out like here. I like to hold them a little bit slanted and have that resting on my shoulders, okay? And then all I'm gonna do is hit my squats. So to take away the weight, which anything to do with weight or no weight, I will try to let you know if you can remove it or not, okay? So front rack squat, you need the weight to do a front rack squat, but if you have issues or you're a really, really true beginner and it's just too much for you to do it with weight, then you're gonna just focus on regular body weight squats. So as for the squats, you're going to have a shoulder width or a little bit farther stance with your feet. Your toes are gonna be totally forward or slightly outward. Not big, slight or forward, okay? Very little difference. Now, what you're gonna do is you're going to sink your butt to the floor and you're going to try to sit back on the heels of your feet. So sit on the heels of your feet and sink your butt toward the floor. Your hands can go however they want, usually out in front. You wanna make sure your back is as upright as it can be and return. Sink your butt to the floor, put the weight in the heels of your feet and keep your back as upright as you can, okay? I know it's kind of hard to see because I have black on and my walls are blue. So if you have knee issues or you are unaware of how deep you are squatting, you're gonna use a chair. So anytime we do something to do with squats, you can use your chair if it works for you. So you would have your chair, you would be here, and if you need to do a full sit because you most likely have knee issues or something along those lines, you're going to keep your same form, sink your butt toward the floor, weight in the heels of your foot, and you're just gonna have a seat. So you're not gonna sink into the chair, but you're gonna have a seat, and then you're gonna push and stand up. Have a seat, push and stand up, okay? Your other option is tap and go. So the point of tap and go is you don't know where you are in space. So if you're doing squats and they're new, and every time you go down, you're like, oh, am I there? I don't know. Oh, is that too low? Is that too high? And you feel like you're not sure where you're squatting to, you're gonna do tap and go. So that means you're gonna go down. When you hit the chair, stand right back up. So you're not doing a full sit, you're doing a tap, stand, which you can easily do with your front rack weights, okay? So the point is, it's going to get your body used to hitting that same spot. So eventually, once you take the chair away and you've gained some strength and some confidence, when you do it with nothing, you're going to most likely hit the same spot in the air every time, okay? So that's what that is for if you feel like you don't know what you're doing when you're squatting. Next, we have squat with a leg raise. So this is squat like we just talked about, but when you stand up, you're gonna kick out your leg to the side, okay? So squat, kick 1, squat, kick 2, squat, kick 3. I should say more of a raise, not a kick. It's a raise out to the side. I did have leg raise in there, so I don't know why I'm saying kick. Raise it out to the side, and then when you switch sides, raise it out, okay? So you don't want to hurt yourself trying to, if you can only raise this high, that's fine. You don't wanna bend trying to lift your leg. You don't wanna kick out. You just wanna squat and raise wherever it naturally goes. That's fine. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Squat, raise. So obviously you can tell it does take some balance because when you do that raise, you're on one leg. So you wanna make sure that you do have good squat form where you aren't up on your toes. You wanna make sure you always have that weight in the heels of your feet. It'll make it much easier when you release to do the kick if you need to. If you have something close by, like there's actually a ledge right here, I could just hold on for stability and do it that way, okay? Lastly, we have our fire hydrant to donkey kick. So this is, again, combining two different moves, a fire hydrant and a donkey kick. So you're on all fours, keep your back neutral so you don't want it sunken down, you don't want it arched up, nice neutral spine, and you're just going to raise your leg in the exact position that it is, so bent up to the side. Raise it up, down, raise it up, down. So again, I'm not moving it at all, I'm keeping it the exact form that it is. I'm just raising, rotating out my hip up and down. Now for your donkey kick, it's gonna be the same thing except you're going up to the ceiling. Don't change the form, don't do anything, you're just going to raise up, down, raise up. Okay, so when you combine them, it's hydrant, kick, 1, hydrant, kick, 2, hydrant, kick, 3. So when you do your donkey kick, you want to make sure that you are kicking up or raising up toward the ceiling and trying to keep your foot flexed, okay? So try not to point. I find if I flex, it helps me contract better and I get that full contraction in my butt muscle instead of just kind of kicking my foot all randomly through the air, okay? So you wanna make sure that you stop and hit that, even if you just do it just now like I just did. If you kick like this, you're not really gonna feel your muscle totally tighten, whereas if you keep it bent and go like this, you absolutely feel that tight and you feel it in your back too. So that's the difference, okay? Now, you're going to run through those however many rounds you pick. It's up to you. Do you want to do it 4 times, 5 times, or 6 times? And then like I said, today there is no part 2. There's only one part. So if you have any further questions on the workout and in the future for any of the other demo videos, or if I don't show you a modification that works for you, you can message me and I will help you come up with something else. Now, with that being said, there is a whole video that I created on the Facebook page. It is pinned in the resource videos little section that is called like bad knees, lower body subs, something along those lines. So all of those exercises in that video are for people that are gonna have a hard time bending, that have bad knees, anything to do with that. There's a ton of exercises in there for you. So if you are one of those people, what I recommend is watching that video ahead of time and picking maybe 4 or 5 of those exercises that you can do that are comfortable and have them ready, because every time you come across leg day and even sometimes full body, even maybe sometimes the hit Tabatas, you're gonna come across exercises that you can't do if you have problems with bending, jumping, anything with your knees, okay? So look at it ahead of time, come up with things that you can do and that do work for you, that you're ready to sub out for any time you need it, okay? Because if you try to ask me every time you're doing it, I might not be available, okay? So that's the only thing, is that's why I try to do as much explaining as I can in these videos and any other time that we're not working out, so that if you're somebody who has to work out at 3 in the morning, you can do it and you already have your answer. Okay, I know I need to go look at the bad knees resource video and pull an exercise from there, or whatever it is. Maybe you work out, I don't know, at just weird times, or if it's just happens to be a time I might be at work and I can't answer you. I want everybody to have everything that they need ahead of time and in these videos, okay? So again, the Facebook group, I will be doing check-ins. I will be talking about anything else, anything related to the workouts and the exercises is always going to be in this video or in a different video that's already pinned to the group, okay?